Your house isn't haunted. It just updated its privacy policy at 3 a.m. 1. Your smart TV may be the most judgmental roommate in the house. You bought a smart TV because you wanted movies, convenience, and the ability to yell, "Play episode 3" without locating the remote buried somewhere inside the couch like a fossil. What you accidentally adopted was a giant glowing rectangle with microphones, internet access, and the energy of a nosy neighbor who parts the curtains every time a car slows down outside. Many smart TVs include voice features that are always waiting for a wake word, which means the device is basically sitting there in silence like it's pretending not to listen, while absolutely listening for its name. That's creepy enough. But then you remember it also tracks what you watch, what apps you open, and how long you spend rewatching the same detective series, because apparently your comfort show is now behavioral data. So yes, the television that once needed 2 rabbit ear antennas and a slap on the side has evolved into a black mirror with opinions. At this point, your TV knows your bedtime better than your own spouse. 2. Voice assistants. Turn your kitchen into a customer service hotline. The little voice assistant on your counter looks harmless. It's small, round, friendly, and glows with the confidence of something that has never once paid rent. You ask it for the weather, a pasta timer, and the name of that actor whose face screams "divorced cop with a gambling problem." Convenient, sure. But let's not ignore the main plot twist. You willingly placed a microphone in the busiest room of your home and then trained your entire family to speak near it all day. Even when these devices are only supposed to wake after a trigger word, they can still mishear things, activate accidentally, and collect snippets that make your life sound like a bizarre found footage documentary. Somewhere in the digital abyss, there may be a recording of you arguing with a soup can opener like it betrayed the nation. And that's the unsettling magic of smart speakers. They entered the house as helpers and slowly became tiny corporate butlers with excellent hearing. It's less "welcome home" and more, "this conversation may be monitored for quality assurance." 3. Your robot vacuum maps. The house. Like it's planning a tiny invasion. Once upon a time, vacuums were loud, plastic rage machines you dragged around while sweating and questioning your life choices. Now they're sleek little discs that quietly roam your floors like they're casing the property for a heist. Robot vacuums don't just suck up crumbs. Many of them learn the layout of your home, build room maps, recognize obstacles, and memorize where everything lives. Which is amazing if you love efficiency, but deeply weird if you stop for even 1 second and realize your dust collector now has a floor plan. That cute little gadget bumping into chair legs isn't confused, it's surveying. It knows where the kitchen is, where the bedroom is, and which room contains the mysterious laundry mountain that has achieved landmark status. Some advanced models even use cameras and sensors to navigate better, which means the machine eating cracker dust off the floor may also be the most informed object in the building. Humanity really peaked when we gave surveillance features to a hockey puck and called it self-care. Nothing says modern living like being quietly observed by something whose main skill is inhaling pet hair. 4. Your smartphone is basically a portable eavesdropping brick. Let's start with the obvious suspect, the device currently sitting 3 inches from your face. Your smartphone is technically the most advanced surveillance gadget ever casually stuffed into sweatpants. It has microphones, cameras, GPS, motion sensors, and enough apps to make a spy satellite feel insecure about its resume. And the wild part? You carry it everywhere. Kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. That's right. Your phone has been present for more personal moments than your closest friends. Many apps request microphone permissions for features like voice messages or search, which sounds reasonable until you realize half of them don't actually need to hear anything except your private conversations about whether the leftover pizza is still legally food. Add targeted advertising to the mix, and suddenly the phone feels psychic. Mention camping once, and your screen fills with tents, lanterns, and survival knives like you're about to flee civilization. Technically, it's just algorithms analyzing behavior, but emotionally, it feels like your phone is leaning closer during conversations and whispering, "Interesting. Tell me more about that back pain." 5. Your laptop camera might be the quietest window in the house. There's a tiny dot sitting above your laptop screen that most people completely ignore. It's small, harmless looking, and appears to do nothing most of the day. But that little circle is a camera connected directly to the internet, which means, in theory, it's a window pointing straight into your living room, bedroom, or wherever you decided to work because your desk chair feels like medieval punishment. Normally, it only activates when you open a video call, but cybersecurity experts have spent years reminding everyone that webcams can be hijacked if the wrong software slips into your system. That's why you sometimes see people covering their camera with tape, a sticker, or a suspiciously confident sticky note. Is it paranoid? Maybe. But the alternative is realizing your laptop could technically see you doing things like eating cereal at midnight while wearing a blanket like a defeated burrito. Technology promised productivity. Instead, it gave us a tiny lens that silently watches you age during Zoom meetings. 6. Your Wi-Fi router knows every digital move. You make the Wi-Fi router usually sits quietly in a corner like a plastic spider, blinking mysterious lights that no one understands. It doesn't talk, it doesn't move, and it looks about as threatening as a sandwich toaster. But make no mistake, that box is the traffic controller of your entire digital life. Every website you visit, every smart device you connect, every late-night search about why your back suddenly makes the sound of popcorn. It all passes through that router first. Routers log connections, track devices, and manage the digital fingerprints of everything inside your home network. To the outside world, it's essentially the receptionist of your house's internet activity. Hello, yes, someone here just Googled whether raccoons can open doors. While most routers are just doing their job, the unsettling reality is that if someone gains access to the network, they can see a surprising amount of information about what's happening online. The quiet blinking box isn't spying for fun, but it absolutely knows which family member is streaming cooking shows at 2 a.m. again. 7. Smart doorbells don't just watch the porch. The idea sounded simple. A doorbell with a camera so you can see who's at the door. Brilliant. Convenient. Finally, you can ignore unexpected visitors without pretending you're not home. But modern smart doorbells didn't stop at a simple camera. Many of them detect motion, store video clips, send alerts to your phone, and record activity outside your home like a tiny security guard that never sleeps, which is helpful, until you realize the microphone is also there. That means the device doesn't just see people, it hears them too. Conversations on the porch, delivery drivers muttering about stairs, neighbors discussing your suspiciously aggressive lawn decorations, all potentially captured. Some systems even allow two-way audio so you can speak through the doorbell remotely, turning your front door into a futuristic intercom. It's great for security, but slightly unsettling when the object designed to announce visitors also functions as a tiny surveillance studio bolted next to your mailbox. 8. Your smart fridge might know your diet better than your doctor. Once refrigerators had a very simple personality. They were cold boxes that occasionally hummed like they were tired of supporting your snack addiction. Then someone decided refrigerators should be smart. Now some models connect to Wi-Fi, track inventory, display cameras inside the fridge, and even suggest recipes based on what you've stored. Which sounds convenient until you remember the appliance keeping your milk fresh now has internet access and data about your eating habits. Imagine explaining to your fridge that the ice cream disappeared because of scientific reasons. Some smart fridges log usage patterns, meaning they can tell when the door opens most often, what shelves get used, and how frequently someone raids the leftovers at midnight like a raccoon in pajamas. It's not exactly espionage, but it does mean the most judgmental appliance in your kitchen now has analytics. Your fridge used to chill food. Now it quietly observes your lifestyle choices, and it absolutely knows you opened the door 5 times hoping pizza would magically appear. 9. Your smart thermostat knows when you're home and when you're not. Once upon a time, thermostats had one job: sit on the wall and make the house either warmer or colder depending on how dramatic the weather felt that day. But smart thermostats decided that wasn't ambitious enough. Now they study your schedule, learn your routines, and quietly adjust temperatures based on when you wake up, leave the house, or wander into the kitchen at midnight looking for emotional support cookies. Sounds convenient, until you realize the device literally builds a pattern of your daily life. It knows when the house is empty. It knows when everyone comes back. It even learns which rooms you use most often. Essentially, the thermostat becomes the quiet observer of your household habits, like a polite but extremely attentive butler. And while most of that data exists simply to keep your heating bill from staging a financial coup, it's still slightly unsettling that the rectangle controlling your air also has a detailed timeline of your existence. Congratulations! The wall now knows your schedule better than your calendar. 10. Baby monitors. Hear more than just the baby. Baby monitors were invented with the purest intention imaginable, letting parents hear if the baby wakes up, cries, or decides that 3:17 a.m. is the perfect time to practice opera. Modern versions, however, are basically tiny internet-connected cameras with microphones and apps that stream everything directly to your phone. Helpful? Absolutely. Slightly creepy if you think about it too long? Also yes, because while the monitor is pointed at the baby's crib, the microphone doesn't exactly ignore the rest of the room. Conversations, background noise, late-night whispers about how nobody has slept since Tuesday, it can all be picked up by the same device meant to protect your child. And because many of these monitors connect to Wi-Fi, security experts often remind parents to use strong passwords and updated software. Otherwise, the gadget designed to watch your newborn might accidentally become the most attentive listener in the house. Parenthood is stressful enough without wondering if the crib camera also overheard your desperate midnight speech to the coffee maker. 11. Your car keys might be broadcasting your location. Your car keys used to be simple chunks of metal that jingled loudly and somehow disappeared exactly when you needed them. Now many vehicles come with key fobs that wirelessly communicate with your car so you can unlock doors, start engines, and feel like a futuristic action hero walking through a parking lot. But those convenient signals also mean the key fob is constantly sending out small radio transmissions so the car recognizes it. Most of the time, it's harmless technology designed for convenience. But security researchers have demonstrated that signal relay tricks can sometimes extend that wireless communication farther than intended. Translation: your car keys are technically little broadcasting devices living in your pocket. They're not spying for fun. They're just trying to talk to your car. But the fact that your keys now communicate like tiny walkie-talkies is still a strange upgrade from the old system of metal object opens door. Humanity invented space travel and somehow turned car keys into miniature radio stations. 12. Smart light bulbs are surprisingly curious about your habits. A light bulb used to be the least dramatic object in your house. Flip a switch, the room lights up, everyone moves on with their lives. But smart bulbs decided to become overachievers. Now they connect to apps, schedules, voice assistants, and sometimes entire home automation systems, which means your lighting doesn't just turn on, it learns patterns. Many systems track when lights are used, when rooms are active, and when you're probably asleep because the house suddenly goes dark, except for the refrigerator glow of a midnight snack expedition. Individually, that data seems harmless, but collectively, it paints a surprisingly accurate picture of your lifestyle. When you wake up, when you leave, when you stay up late, pretending you'll go to bed after one more episode. Your light bulbs used to illuminate the room. Now, they quietly document your routine like tiny glowing historians. The bright side? At least when someone asks if you burn the candle at both ends, the house already has the lighting data to confirm it. 13. Smart watches. Listen for your voice and your heartbeat. Smartwatches sit on your wrist pretending to be fitness coaches, but under the hood they're tiny computers packed with sensors. They track your steps, heart rate, sleep cycles, and sometimes even blood oxygen levels. That alone makes them the most informed bracelet in human history. But many smartwatches also include microphones so you can dictate messages, ask voice assistants questions, or set reminders without touching your phone, which means the device measuring your heartbeat is also capable of hearing what you say. In theory, it only activates when you trigger a voice command. In reality, it still means the gadget monitoring your morning jog could technically pick up your dramatic conversation about why running is terrible and croissants deserve respect. Your watch started as a tool to tell time. Now it's tracking your health, your workouts, and occasionally your attempts to negotiate with gravity while climbing stairs. At this point, the only thing it doesn't track is how many times you promise you'll start exercising tomorrow. 14. Gaming consoles with voice features. Hear the room. Two gaming consoles were once dedicated machines for two things: entertainment, and aggressively testing the durability of living room furniture during competitive matches. But modern consoles often include voice controls or microphones built into headsets and accessories. Some systems even allow voice commands to navigate menus or control media apps. That convenience means microphones are sitting right next to the television where a lot of conversations happen. Late-night movie commentary, debates about which pizza topping should legally be banned, and emotional speeches about why the game was definitely lagging, all happening within range of gaming hardware designed to hear commands. To be fair, the console isn't secretly plotting anything. It's simply waiting for instructions. But it does create a strange reality where the same machine used for virtual space battles also has the ability to hear real-world arguments about whose turn it was to do the dishes. Video games used to escape reality. Now the console sits there quietly absorbing it. 15. Bluetooth headphones are tiny microphones. You wear all day. Bluetooth headphones are one of the greatest modern inventions. No wires, no tangles, just instant music, podcasts, and the ability to pretend you didn't hear someone calling your name across the room. But those sleek little earbuds contain microphones designed for phone calls and voice commands. That means the device sitting directly in your ears can hear both your voice and the surrounding environment. Most of the time, it's simply filtering background noise so the person on the other end of a call can understand you. Still, it means your headphones are actively listening whenever you speak during calls or activate a voice assistant. The strange part isn't that they have microphones, it's that we now casually walk around wearing audio equipment that would have looked like spy gear in a 1990s action movie. You're not just listening to music anymore, you're carrying a pair of tiny microphones in your ears while discussing lunch plans, weekend drama, and why you absolutely didn't eat the last cookie. 16. Your smart security cameras. Hear more than just intruders. Security cameras were supposed to protect homes from burglars, porch pirates, and the occasional raccoon that thinks your trash can is an all-you-can-eat buffet. Modern versions do that job very well, but many indoor cameras also include microphones, which means they don't just watch the room, they hear it too. The idea is practical. Two-way audio lets you talk through the camera if needed. Maybe you're telling the dog to get off the couch from your phone, or asking a family member if they remembered to turn off the stove. But the microphone doesn't only activate during dramatic security moments. It sits there quietly capable of picking up everyday sounds, conversations, TV shows, arguments about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Most of the time, that data stays inside the system's cloud storage or app. Still, it's a strange reality that the device guarding your living room could also be the best audience for your daily monologues. At least if someone tries to break in, the camera already knows the house's entire debate history. 17. Your smart alarm clock. Knows exactly when you're vulnerable. Alarm clocks used to be simple tyrants. They screamed at you in the morning. You slapped them aggressively, and that was the entire relationship. But smart alarm clocks decided to evolve into lifestyle managers. Many now connect to Wi-Fi, track sleep cycles, sync with apps, and even listen for voice commands so you can set alarms without opening your eyes. Which sounds great, until you realize the object sitting beside your pillow now has microphones, sensors, and a detailed record of your sleep schedule. It knows when you fall asleep, it knows when you wake up, it knows when you press snooze 6 times while negotiating with reality. Some models even monitor movement and breathing patterns to estimate sleep quality. In other words, the device on your nightstand might understand your sleep habits better than you do. That's helpful if you're trying to improve rest, but slightly unsettling when the clock next to your head has analytics on your unconscious life. The clock used to tell time. Now it quietly studies it. 18. Your smart bathroom scale. Tracks more than your weight. Bathroom scales used to be brutally honest but very simple machines. Step on them, get a number, regret your life choices for a few seconds, move on. Smart scales, however, decided honesty wasn't enough. They wanted data. Many models connect to apps and track weight trends, body composition estimates, and long-term changes over time. That information can be incredibly useful if you're monitoring health or fitness, but it also means the scale collects personal health data every time you step on it. And because these scales sync to cloud apps, that information becomes part of a digital profile about your habits and progress. In other words, the quiet square object in your bathroom now has a timeline of your relationship with pizza. It knows if you've been exercising. It knows if you've been avoiding vegetables like they're legally suspicious. The scale used to give you a number and move on. Now it builds charts, graphs, and historical records of every hopeful Monday morning weigh-in. 19. Your smart car's voice system is always waiting to hear you. Modern cars are packed with voice assistants that let you change music, call someone, or ask for directions without touching the dashboard. Convenient? Absolutely. But to make that possible, the car's microphones must constantly listen for wake commands like hey or hello, which means the vehicle you drive every day is technically paying attention to the cabin environment. In theory, it ignores everything except the trigger phrase. In practice, it still means your car hears a surprising amount of life happening inside it. Road trip debates, phone calls, emotional speeches about traffic. Your car used to simply transport you from one place to another. Now it also hosts voice commands, navigation history, and sometimes internet-connected services. It's less like driving a machine and more like sitting inside a rolling smart device with wheels. The engine powers the vehicle, but the microphones make sure it hears you complaining about gas prices the entire way. 20. Your smart toys might be listening. Two children's toys used to be noisy plastic chaos machines that required batteries and occasionally parental patience. But some modern toys have microphones and internet connections to create interactive experiences. Talking dolls, educational robots, and voice-responsive gadgets can answer questions, play games, and hold simple conversations. From a learning perspective, that can be exciting technology. But microphones in toys also mean the device must hear what's being said around it. Manufacturers design them to respond to specific prompts. Yet the idea of a toy with a microphone still makes many parents pause. After all, it's not just kids talking to the toy. Sometimes the entire household conversation happens nearby. Technology turned toys from simple imagination tools into mini computers that listen and respond. The teddy bear used to just sit on the bed, quietly judging you. Now it might also have firmware updates. 21. Your smart printer. May remember everything you print. Printers have always been mysterious machines. One minute they work perfectly, the next minute they claim the paper tray has entered another dimension. But modern smart printers also connect to Wi-Fi, apps, and cloud services so you can print documents from phones, laptops, or even across the internet. Convenient, until you realize that many printers keep logs of print jobs, store temporary document data, or maintain digital cues inside their internal memory. In other words, the machine that constantly complains about low ink might also remember what you printed yesterday. For businesses, this helps track documents and manage usage. At home, it mostly means your printer quietly keeps a record of grocery lists, homework pages, and the occasional document you absolutely forgot to delete afterward. The printer used to just spit out paper and jam dramatically. Now it's a connected device with storage, software, and the quiet ability to remember more than you expected, and it's still somehow out of cyan ink. 22. Your smart TV remote might be listening to. You might think the spying stops with the television itself, but modern smart TV remotes decided to join the conversation. Many new remotes include built-in microphones so you can press a button and search for movies with voice commands. Instead of typing a painfully slow title using arrow buttons like it's 1998, you can just say, "Find action movies," and the TV obeys instantly. Convenient, right? Absolutely. But it also means the remote you casually toss onto the couch has a microphone hidden inside it. Most models only activate when the voice button is pressed, yet the idea is still slightly strange. The tiny object that disappears between couch cushions now technically has the ability to hear you when prompted. Somewhere under that pile of snack crumbs and lost socks sits a device that can instantly respond to spoken commands. The remote used to control volume. Now it's a tiny microphone with channel-changing privileges, and it still somehow vanishes exactly when the movie gets interesting. 23. Your smart smoke detector can hear the room. Two smoke detectors used to be simple heroes. If there was smoke, they screamed loudly enough to wake the entire neighborhood. That was the deal. But modern smart smoke detectors decided that saving lives wasn't enough. They wanted Wi-Fi and apps too. Many models now connect to your phone so they can send alerts if something triggers them while you're away. Some even include voice alerts or voice assistants built inside. And yes, that means microphones. The microphone isn't there to spy on your late-night snack habits. It's designed for voice control or integration with smart home systems. Still, it means the device mounted quietly on your ceiling is capable of hearing activity in the room. The smoke detector used to sit silently until toast got too ambitious. Now it's a connected safety device that talks to your phone, communicates with other smart gadgets, and occasionally reminds you batteries still exist. It's reassuring technology, just slightly weird when your ceiling might technically hear you arguing with burnt pancakes. 24. Your smart mattress may be tracking your entire night. For centuries, mattresses had exactly one function: exist quietly and support sleeping humans who regret caffeine decisions. Then smart mattresses appeared and decided sleep needed analytics. Some models include sensors that track movement, heart rate, breathing patterns, and sleep cycles. The goal is noble: better sleep, better health, fewer mornings that feel like you lost a wrestling match with reality. But those sensors also mean the mattress gathers detailed information about what happens while you sleep. Tossing, turning, getting up for water, accidentally checking your phone at 2 a.m. because your brain decided to replay every embarrassing moment since 2007. The mattress quietly records patterns and sends them to an app that politely explains how badly you slept. So now the piece of furniture you trusted most with unconsciousness also has statistics about your nightly struggles. The mattress used to keep secrets. Now it delivers sleep reports like a disappointed coach reviewing game footage. 25. Your smart fitness equipment hears your workouts. Home fitness machines used to be simple tools for suffering. Treadmills, stationary bikes, and rowing machines existed purely to make you question your life choices while sweating indoors. But smart fitness equipment changed the game. Many modern machines include screens, microphones, cameras, and voice assistants, so you can join classes, talk to trainers, or control workouts with commands. Suddenly, the treadmill isn't just exercise equipment. It's basically a streaming device with resistance levels. Which also means microphones are part of the package. During virtual workouts, coaching sessions, or voice commands, the machine can hear the room. That means your dramatic breathing during a workout might technically be the most honest audio recording in the house. The treadmill used to simply move a belt. Now it tracks workouts, streams instructors, and occasionally hears you negotiating with your lungs about why jogging feels illegal. Technology promised smarter exercise. It delivered cardio machines that double as motivational witnesses. 26. Your smart glasses could hear the world around you. Smart glasses are the newest contender in the objects that quietly listen category. Designed to combine eyewear with technology, some models include microphones and speakers so users can take calls, record audio, or interact with voice assistants without touching a phone. From a convenience standpoint, it's futuristic. Hands-free calls, instant commands, and information delivered directly through wearable tech. But it also means the glasses sitting on someone's face can hear conversations around them. The microphone isn't always recording. It typically activates when commands are triggered or calls begin. Still, it's a strange step in human history. For thousands of years, glasses simply helped people see clearly. Now they can hear conversations, relay information, and act like tiny computers perched on your nose. Humanity really reached an interesting point when eyewear gained the ability to answer phone calls. At this rate, sunglasses might eventually schedule meetings while you're just trying to look mysterious outside a coffee shop. 27. Your entire smart home might be one giant listener. Individually, each smart gadget seems harmless. A voice assistant here, a smart TV there, maybe a thermostat, a camera, a doorbell, a watch, and a fridge that knows you emotionally depend on cheese. None of them are secretly plotting anything dramatic on their own. But when you combine them, something interesting happens. Your house becomes a network of devices that all collect tiny pieces of information: activity patterns, voice commands, usage habits, movement data, temperature preferences, sleep schedules. None of it feels like spying when you install the device. It feels like convenience, automation, comfort. But step back for a moment and imagine explaining modern homes to someone from 1985. Yes, my refrigerator connects to the internet, my lights follow my schedule, my watch listens to commands, and my doorbell records visitors. They would probably assume you live inside a science fiction experiment, because in many ways, we do. The house isn't haunted, It's just extremely well informed. So, which gadget in your home is the creepiest silent listener? Tell me below.